I am now live. Let me get my radar on up here because we are about to have a tornado just to the west, to the north of Bristow, Oklahoma. So if you're in that area, this is not a great situation. This could be a strong tornado near Bristow, Oklahoma. Let me get the radar up here for you guys. There we go. All right. All right, 4 viewers already. That's off to a good start. Wait a second. Why did it do that? Oh my goodness, I have to refresh the stream. It's gonna be a lot. Right now. Reload. Um. Alright, I am live again here. There we go. Alright. Wait, it's not even sharing though. What? This. You stupid piece of crap. Broke this time. Alright, I am back now. I'm just having some technical issues. Oh my goodness, bro. It won't let me show the radar. What is going on? I do not know what the issue is here, but it's just not letting me radar for some. There we go. I got the radar up now. What's up, Jordan? All right, we got 3 viewers here. Right now we are tracking this potential tornado in Oklahoma. Let's see if they update the warning. It is now an observed tornado warning here, and I believe that could be a strong tornado. We have a small debris ball right there, and that could obviously be a strong tornado. I can't really show any of the storm chaser feeds, but that probably could be a strong tornado. We had a cyclic supercell earlier in Michigan that produced a few strong tornadoes in the 2% tornado risk. So with how this event's going, we're probably cooked. Anyways, I'm about to go live too, lol. Wow, great timing there. That's actually kind of funny that you're going live at basically the same time as me. Let's see when we get our next radar scan in here. This is just to the north of Bristow, Oklahoma here. So if you're in that area, get in your safe place. Yep, significant debris above as a CC drop right there, just to the north of Bristow, Oklahoma. If you are north of Bristow, if you're in like Sapula, Oklahoma, you need to be prepared to get to your safe spot because you will likely be under a tornado warning over the next like 20-30 minutes as the storm moves off to the east. Do we have a new velocity scan yet? Yep, still a tornado on the ground there. That is that could be a significant tornado there. I don't know if this really needs PDS right now, but if they go PDS, I wouldn't be super surprised. But I think we're gonna hold off on it unless we're seeing something of a storm chaser feed that we're not seeing on radar. But obviously, I really can't look at those. But yeah, just to the north of Bristow, Oklahoma, ongoing tornado, potentially significant tornado. Get it to your safe place now if you're near Bellevue, Hayburn areas in Oklahoma, just to the north of those. If you're in Kellyville areas to the north of that, if you're in Salupa to the west, to the northwest of that, be prepared to get to your safe spot soon. Let's see. Let me edit the title of my stream real quick so that it's more accurate. There we go. All right. There we go. Again, tornado on the ground near Bellevue, Oklahoma, just to the north of Bristow, Oklahoma. Um, this is a dangerous situation. It seems the CC drop is less significant with Lee's skin. Hopefully that's a sign including this looks like what's happening. But this is likely going to be a cyclic supercell. So this is, from what I've heard, this is probably the second tornadoes produced. It will probably continue to produce more tornadoes. I knew something was going to happen today, something bad. It's already happening, and it's going to get worse. Honestly, this event could overperform with how it's going right now. Do we have any tornado warnings anywhere else? We have a severe thunderstorm warning up here. Random severe thunderstorm warning for Dorchester, Crete, and Nebraska. If you're in those areas, just stay indoors. No tornado threat with those storms up there right now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay on the Bristow storm here. Yeah, you can see the circulation still significant there. I think it might just be over rural areas right now, but there are several roads here. There's probably some houses here. So if you're in those areas to the north, to the northeast of Bristow, you need to already be in your safe place. If you're to the north of Kellyville, to the west of Sapula, to the northwest of Sapula in Oklahoma, be prepared to get in your safe place. Alright, we have a new tornado warning including Sapula, Oklahoma. You are in the path of a potential tornado, especially in the northwest side of town, the northern side of town there. Especially need to pay close attention to this, because this is a tornado on the ground. Take shelter immediately. I'm going to go for a minute. Don't leave my live stream here. Alright, I am back now. We still have this tornado warning here. Observed tornado warning. I think we have a new radar scan. Seems to be cycling right now. But again, that will likely produce enough for tornadoes that moves off towards Kellyville and Sapula in Oklahoma here. Very classic supercell there, though. That's basically as classic as you'll get. You can see you have that nice curvature to your supercell there. Nice little hook there. Right now is recycling, but it's actually getting a storm merger right now with that storm near Kellyville, so we'll see if it enhances the tornado threat or if it lowers its tornado threat for a little bit here. If you've just joined my stream right now, we just had a potentially strong tornado to the north and the northwest of Bristow, Oklahoma, and this supercell is recycling right now, but could soon produce an even stronger tornado. This storm has produced at least 2 tornadoes. Earlier in Michigan, we had 3 or 4 tornadoes from a cyclic supercell that produced multiple strong to intense tornadoes as well. We have several parts of significant damage from 3 rivers, Michigan, and we will probably see more significant events later today. So make sure, if you really know anyone in the green, the yellow, or the orange, make sure to share the stream with them, or at least give them a heads up that this is happening, because this is going to be really bad, especially in the yellow, especially in the orange. This storm's looking a little messy right now, but right now it is actually getting a merger right in the almost right in the inflow there. That could hurt the storm a little bit, so that would be good. But obviously, eventually it could still produce a tornado as it moves towards Sapula, so that would not be good, especially with the environment we have. Um, let's see, is there any other tornado warning anywhere? No, this is our only tornado warnings right here. This is a pretty good looking supercell. You can see rotations not really as prominent there anymore. I actually think this is where our hook kind of is in this general area. You can see not much green against the reds, but obviously this will likely cycle. Let's see. We probably have a new radar scan coming in a minute, so we'll look at that. But we do have these storms out here. Don't seem to be huge on the tornado threat, actually, though. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any watches out here. Although there's really no storms out there, we probably will have a tornado watch out there later today. Yeah, this is kind of getting messy out here. This might take a little bit to recycle, but it will eventually probably recycle. So if you're in that tornado warning, stay in the tornado warning, stay in your safe place, even though there's likely no longer a tornado on the ground. We do have some supercells up here. Interesting there. We'll have to see how those go. No, what is... I don't know what's happening there. It's strange how I only have like one viewer. That's really weird. Usually, well, I did just start my stream, and I did start early, so that could be affecting it. But here, um, still have that eerie rotation. It's looking quite messy on radar, though. At this moment, it'll probably be a little bit before it gets more significant for the tornado threat again. So this is really our only tornadic storm with a tornado warning right now. Waiting for a new radar scan. We should have that out in a minute. This is still observed, but I definitely think the tornado has lifted. Unless there's somehow just like a very, very weak tornado on the ground. Somehow still like a weak rope tornado, that would be like the only situation where this might be producing a tornado. Yeah. This is our latest radar scan. Yeah, that's getting absorbed right into the inflow there. That is probably going to hurt our storm there, unless I can manage to somehow help it a little bit. Yeah, you can see the rotation still struggling there. Still probably prompting a tornado warning, but nowhere as significant as it was earlier. If you're in Oklahoma City, most of your storms have passed here, so you probably are mostly safe for now. New mesoscale discussion up here across northeast Kansas into central Iowa. Peak tornado intensity 120 to 150 miles an hour. So that's EF2, EF3 range there. So if you're across extreme southeastern Nebraska, as portions of northeastern Kansas, a sliver of northwestern Missouri here into southwestern into central Iowa here, you have a potential for some strong tornadoes starting over the next hour or so. We're mainly going to focus on the tornado warning here, New South Beulah. You could see it starting to come back again with that hook. So it seems that this wasn't too destructive for the storm here, thankfully. So it's looking pretty nice now. You can see it's hard to tell right now, but you can still see that kind of classic supercell shape there. It's hard to tell with all these mergers, but these mergers could either help it or weaken it. And I think they've been kind of weakening it a little bit over the past little bit, but again, right now they're seeming to kind of help maybe a little bit. I'm not really sure. They're seeming to kind of make it a weaker, broader mesocyclone, so that could be helpful in producing bigger tornadoes later. Um, uh, is that like another merger forming right on the hook area? I'm confused. That's really weird there. Um, let's see if we have any new updates on anything. Oh my goodness. Give me a second here. Um, what? Or looking up. I'm looking up some information. Maybe there's new information about the tornadoes earlier today or last night. Because there were two fatalities in at least EF2 last night in northern Oklahoma. Um, nothing really. No really huge new updates there. We do have a new radar skin starting to reorganize some now, it seems. Rotation's getting weaker, yeah. These are looking like harmful mergers, like deconstructive mergers here. That is not good for that supercell, for the tornado threat. So that produced a couple tornadoes, but it's looking like it's getting inhibited by all these mergers. We still have to watch this area for a couple of supercells. You can see there's really nothing right now, but once we get stuff going, we could see a few strong tornadoes over this area. Here is our here is our tornado flat. You can see 10% hatch tornado risk over here. 5% hatch risk goes all the way up to here. Hatch tornado risk actually extends it to more of northern Illinois too there. Goes all the way down towards like Fort Worth and Dallas. So very large area under a tornado risk there. I'm going to turn off the outlook for now just so we can see all our alerts better. And let me change the title of my live stream here actually. Let me do something here actually. Put it partial. And then let's minimize it. There we go. But now is it going to update? No, I want to make it real. And then I want to maximize. There we go. Alright. And now it's. There we go. Now I can actually do my stuff here. Alright. We have a tornado warning continuing here for portions of Oklahoma here, especially Sapula, Oklahoma, Sand Springs, Oklahoma. If you're in that area, stay in your safe place. The rotation has weakened significantly, but there's still a chance the storm recycles. It's looking kind of outflow dominant now. So that could be a good sign for now, but eventually it could recycle and produce more tornadoes. This is an area we'll have to watch from like Salina, Abilene, all the way up towards like Des Moines, in Iowa here. Those are areas where you could see strong to intense tornadoes, multiple of them up there. So that's going to be a very bad area. If you're in that area, make sure you are paying attention to that. It actually seems we have a hook reforming now. It's kind of hard to tell if I was right, but you can see a little hook there. Waiting for Leah's velocity scan to see if we have strengthening rotation. Let's see. It seems that rotation is starting to reorganize a little bit, so that's very good for the tornado threat. That means the supercell's quickly recovering here, and it doesn't seem like it's going to let all of these storm mergers stop it. Hopefully, these just go into here and onto our airflow if we want a tornado threat, but obviously, we don't really want strong tornadoes hitting places. But if we want the tornado threat to verify, that's what's going to happen. Oh, severe firestorm warning for Red Oak, Iowa here. We have a supercell forming there. Not seeing much rotation. Maybe a little bit of mid-level, upper-level rotation there, but we'll have to pay attention to that storm to see if it eventually becomes a tornadic supercell. Let's see. We should have a new radar scan coming in on this soon. We have almost 3,000 people watching the same radar here. Let's see what the new radar scan shows. You can still see we have that hook there. Ooh, we have a lot of lightning. That's a good sign of a strengthening supercell right there. All of that lightning there. That's a very good sign of a strengthening storm. It looks like a tiny little hook here. It's kind of hard to tell because we have like a bunch of rain showers back here. But that could either help it or stop it. And it's kind of hard to tell right now because obviously it's starting to regain its hook, but at the same time, the mergers did hurt a lot, so we'll have to see how this goes. But I'm surprised they haven't downgraded this tornado warning to radar indicated because there's definitely not a tornado on the ground anymore. You can see the rotation is starting to strengthen gradually again there. That's a good sign of strengthening missile cyclone there. Going to here, nothing much. We have a supercell right here, just along the edge of that mesoscale discussion. Well, I don't know what I activated. Yeah, not seeing much for rotations up here. Oh, they finally updated that tornado warning, and it's still observed for some reason. I don't understand. Oh, it started to move east some more, maybe. We're still a tornado on the ground now. Wait, is this starting to move more east? Wait, let's look at the. Nope, it's definitely still moving very much northeast, so Sand Springs is likely going to get hit by this thunderstorm here. So if you're in Sand Springs, I do not know how there is a tornado on the ground with this, because that's literally like so unorganized with a hook right now. It's really weird. Alright, new missile skill discussion out here. This also has the 120 to 150-mile-an-hour peak tornado intensity, so multiple strong to intense tornadoes across that area. But hail up to 3.5 inches in diameter is possible. That is extremely large hail. If you are under severe thunderstorm warning, you need to stay indoors because these supercells are about to produce some nasty hail here. Some nasty hail. And you do not want to be caught in the middle of that. That would not be very good. I'm surprised they even have a tornado warning still on that, because it seems very weak on radar at this point. Looking at our supercells here, we have a couple supercells forming out here near Joplin, Baxter Springs, Miami. Ooh, that one actually kind of has a little mesocyclone there. Interesting to see how that will go as it moves off to the northeast towards Galena, Ripsey, Carl Junction, Western Joplin there. New tornado watch has been issued. Let's see what that all encompasses. Oh, that's just for southeastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri there. If I had to guess 60-40, yep, 60-40, 60-20, 60-60, alright. So, we now have a tornado watch in effect for southeastern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, including Carthage, Joplin, Springfield, and also for Baxter Springs, Columbus. We are about to probably see a significant uptick in our tornado threat over the next 30 to 60 minutes. Right now, there's really not a lot going on. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out here in northeastern Illinois, northern Indiana, southwestern Michigan, mostly for damaging winds. Although there's a tornado and hail threat with that as well. Yeah. Really not a ton going on right now. What I might do is just zoom out here and have the radar on loop here. And if anything significant goes on, no, I want to do the tornado. If anything significant happens, I'll come back, but, yeah, that's all I have here for right now. I will be back in a little bit. I'm not going to end the stream, but I'm just going to have a radar loop on here for a little bit until it gets more significant. Oh no, what happened? Oh my goodness, it refreshed. No. There we go. Alright, alright, this is not good. This is not good. If I would have more time before I had to come back, we might be about to have a tornado in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That supercell recycled quickly. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is a very dangerous situation here. Alright, they did finally downgrade that to rare indicate. Look at that classic supercell hook shape right there. Look at that thing. That is a beast of a supercell. This is going to move up to the northeast. That's going to get very, very close to downtown Tulsa. Oh my goodness. Alright, we may not have a tornado on the ground. That is a very, very healthy supercell right there. This is definitely going to do something bad. Let me change the title here. Alright. We gotta lock on the supercell here because this has the chance to be very bad. Alright, you can see rotation strengthening. Let's see. Let's Google Translate that real quick and then get right back to the there are thunderstorms in Puerto Rico. Alright, I guess we can go check that out real quick. Oh yeah, there are some storms near Puerto Rico there. Very interesting there. Nothing really too concerning. Rain focus is really across this whole orange area right here. The yellow area, that's where we could see some very significant severe weather. This thing might be about 4-mile-an-hour winds is thunderstorms. That's definitely significant. I would not go outside of that because that is not very safe to be outside in. Oh, yep. Right there, that is probably going to soon be a tornado on the ground. It's going to head right up through Sand Springs and then get very uncomfortably close to downtown Tulsa there. We have to hope it barely misses downtown Tulsa, but anything could happen with this. New tornado warning. Alright, yep, gonna go through the west side of Tulsa there, northwest side of Tulsa. If it shifts a little east, it could potentially track closer to downtown Tulsa. But if you're pretty much anywhere in Tulsa, you need to be in a safe spot unless you're like extreme southern Tulsa there. But we should have a new Raider skin in soon. That'll be interesting too. Yeah, that was a very good looking supercell there. Not seeing anything on the correlation coefficient yet. Um, alright. Yep, strengthening rotation. Rotation is getting even stronger now. There could be tornadoes soon moving up into the northwestern part of Tulsa, or if it moves a little bit further east towards Sand Springs and closer to northern and downtown Tulsa there. This is a populated area, so basically no matter where it goes, it's going to cause a lot of damage. And there's a high chance that if a tornado does occur, it will be strong to intense. This is getting very similar to what we saw with the tornadic supercell earlier in Michigan that produced with multiple strong tornadoes, but this is in a much more populated area. This is not good. I knew some bad stuff was going to happen today. I just knew it, and look what is happening right now. Oh no, it's getting a storm merger, isn't it? It's getting a storm merger. Yeah, this is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. Hopefully, this just does not produce a tornado as it moves over. Oh no, it's a radar glitching. Alright, good. Look at all that lightning. That's a sign of a strong supercell there. Seems a little less organized now, but like it's kind of hard to tell. Doesn't seem as significant. I do have some severe thunderstorm going to move just to the east of Joplin here. Seems to already have a supercell shape to it, so we'll have to watch that. We have a couple storms up here near Barrsville, Coffeyville. Don't seem as significant there. Excuse me. This is going to be our main problem. We'll see if that continues to wrap up there or if it's this merge might actually help it some to wrap up, produce a strong tornado right as it moves into Tulsa. Um, New radar scan coming soon. Let's see how our new radar scan will look. We have over 3,000 people looking at this same radar here because of this storm. Where's our new radar scan? Usually we should have had one like a minute ago. That's strange. This thing is just not update, I guess. If I had to guess, if there was a tornado by now, it would probably be closer to western Sand Springs up in this area now. Why isn't our radar updating? That's not good.